Hey guys, it's Teresa. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about some books that I read in 2019 that I think are quite underhyped and that deserve more attention. So I am giving them that attention in this video. And I don't have that many, to be honest, because unfortunately I didn't read that many like more obscure books in my opinion, but I did read some and I want to share them with you. They're not super obscure, but I don't hear them talked about that much, so let's talk about them today. My first book is Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessl. This is a YA thriller, which I don't really read these and I don't really enjoy them, but in this case I really did. This book follows a group of friends that get into a car crash and they basically get stuck in a limbo world that is happening within this like fraction of a second. And in this limbo world, they need to decide one person that gets to survive and like actually like survive this car crash, and everybody else is gonna die. So in this limbo world, they start discussing among themselves a death that occurred like a year earlier. Another one of their friends died, and this brings up like old tension and like all that stuff. So I think this book is really, really interesting. It's very well written. I love Marisha Pessl's writing. If you haven't read Night Film by her, you absolutely have to. But I love her writing. I like the story. It's very twisty and turny. It's engaging. I cared about the characters. I cared about the plot. I didn't know how it was going to end. And I don't think it had the perfect ending, but it was pretty close. And I just enjoyed it overall. And like that's to me is most important with thrillers. It's not so much like, oh, is the ending going to pack a punch, but am I actually going to spend like 300 plus pages reading it and be excited about it? So that's definitely the case here. I really enjoyed this one. If you're into thrillers, mysteries, but you don't want anything that's like gruesome, you know, or too scary, check this one out. It's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. The next book I have is A Curious Beginning by Deanna Rayborn. It's the first book in the Veronica Speedwell mystery series, which is a historical fiction series set in the 1880s in England, and we follow young feminist and scientist Veronica Speedwell, who runs into danger. And she meets this man called Stoker, who is basically a disgraced aristocrat, and the two start solving crime together. And every book has like a different mystery, and then there's also their relationship that develops. Hopefully, finally, I'm like 4 books deep, and so far it's very frustrating, but their relationship is a thing theoretically, and then also there's like their past that's revealed and stuff like that. So I really enjoy that about mystery series, when there's like the main characters that you care about and they have like an ongoing story, but then also each book has its individual mystery that's solved. So that's pretty cool. I especially like this first one. It's my favorite so far of the series. So I feel kind of hesitant recommending it to you because I don't know about the sequels. I hated the second one. Check out my most disappointing books of this year video. But it does get better after that. And I'm still invested and I still want to know more about these characters. So I'm going to keep reading, and I think you should give this a go if it sounds interesting. You might enjoy like the second one more than I did as well. So yeah, I just want to recommend this to you if you're interested in this kind of thing. And I think it's very well done, at least this first one. The first one is really, really good. I gave this one 4 stars and really enjoyed it. Next, I'm going to recommend you a whole author. And I know this person isn't particularly underhyped, but I think on Booktube, she's not talked about enough, and that is Georgette Heyer. She was a historical romance writer in the 50s, 60s, 70s. I don't know, she wrote like for decades, but her books are mainly set in the Regency era in England, and she was so knowledgeable about the time, about the language. Her books are all hilarious, so witty, so well written. The characters are phenomenal. You care about them a lot. And if you're interested in romance without smut, but with a cute couple and like a well fleshed out surroundings of the romance, right? Because it's not just about the relationship, it's about everything else as well. And she's such a talented author. Highly recommend checking out her books. These are 2 of my favorites, The Grand Sophie and Frederica. I also enjoyed Arabella and Venetia by her. Recommend all those 4 highly. These are really well written, really interesting, and I just love them, and I'm gonna reread them forever. So highly recommend checking them out. I've had some feedback from you guys, from people who've read them based on my recommendation and also love them, so do it. You won't regret it. And then to end up this video, I just want to mention 2 books that I've already mentioned in other videos, but I have to mention them again because I think they're underhyped. The first is Grave Mercy by Robin Lefevers. This is a fantasy novel following assassin nuns, and it's really cool. It's also somewhat historical fantasy because it's set in the 1400s, and it draws a lot upon actual history, but it's still very fantastical with like the assassins being daughters of death and like marked by death, and it's a really good story. Also has really good romance in it, and it's just really fun, really kick-ass, good story. Check it out. And then lastly, I have Entwined by Heather Dixon. This is a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling that is just at its core such a beautiful family story, and I love this one a lot. Highly recommend checking it out if you're into fairy tales. And that's it for my quick and easy Underhyped Books of 2019 video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments which books you read this year that you think deserve a lot more attention. Give them that attention. Let me know. I'll try to read them. Thank you so much for your recommendations. And also thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, the usual, and come back very soon for another video. Until then, have a lovely week. Bye!